Annie Potts has long been a screen staple, but her turn as Meemaw in Young Sheldon may be one of her most beloved roles yet. Fierce, funny, and full of unexpected wisdom, Meemaw, aka Connie Tucker, is far from your stereotypical grandmother. Whether she's betting on football games, making sarcastic jabs at George Sr., or giving young Sheldon the straight talk he didn't know he needed, Meemaw is a force of nature. Here are the top 10 Meemaw moments from Young Sheldon, ranked not just by their hilarity but by how much they define her as the badass grandmother we never knew we needed. 10. Meemaw goes full gambler, Season 1, Episode 2, Rockets, Communists, and the Dewey Decimal System. Early on, we learn Meemaw isn't exactly a PTA mom. While Mary worries about Sheldon's exposure to non-Christian influences, Meemaw is busy teaching him how to play cards and win. Her unapologetic love of gambling is both hilarious and oddly charming. In this episode, we see her sitting with Sheldon at the kitchen table, teaching him poker strategies and dishing out quips like she's at a Vegas table. Why it ranks. It's our first real glimpse of Meemaw's rebellious streak, and it's an instant classic. 9. The Babysitting Fiasco, Season 2, Episode 9, Family Dynamics and a Red Firo. When Meemaw reluctantly agrees to babysit Missy and Sheldon, we see just how different her parenting style is. Her no-nonsense attitude, mixed with a little bribery and a lot of sarcasm, ends with Missy calling the night the best ever. While Meemaw may not win any awards for safety protocols, she certainly gets points for style. Why it ranks. It's classic Meemaw chaos, but with surprising affection. 8. Meemaw vs. Pastor Jeff, Season 3, Episode 12, Body Glitter and a Mall Safety Kit. When Mary's conservative world clashes with Meemaw's free-spirited lifestyle, sparks fly. In this episode, Pastor Jeff disapproves of Meemaw's loose morals, and Meemaw responds with an epic takedown that leaves everyone stunned. Annie Potts delivers every line with razor-sharp wit. Why it ranks. This moment underscores Meemaw's refusal to be judged, especially by anyone holier than thou. 7. The Bowling Hustle, Season 4, Episode 5, A Musty Crypt and a Stick to Pee On. Only Meemaw could turn a bowling alley into a scene of cunning deception. When she enters a bowling tournament to hustle some unsuspecting players, with Georgie as her teammate, hilarity ensues. Not only does she dominate the lanes, but she also shows off a level of competitiveness that borders on legendary. Why it ranks. This is Meemaw in full-on cool mode, stylish, shrewd, and scoring strikes. 6. The Honest Talk with Missy, Season 5, Episode 3, Potential Energy and Hooch on a Park Bench. Behind the sassy one-liners, Meemaw has a heart, and this episode proves it. When Missy starts feeling left out and invisible compared to Sheldon, it's Meemaw who notices. They share a heart-to-heart on a park bench over sodas, or hooch, in Meemaw's case, where she reminds Missy of her own strength. Why it ranks. It's one of those rare, quiet Meemaw moments that show how deeply she understands the family. 5. The Chicken Coop Lock-In, Season 1, Episode 10, An Eagle Feather, a String Bean, and an Eskimo. When Sheldon locks himself in Meemaw's chicken coop in protest, she doesn't call the fire department or Mary. Nope. She sits outside with a drink and lets him stew. She knows he'll come out when he's ready. That's Meemaw parenting. Tough love with a splash of bourbon. Why it ranks. It perfectly shows how Meemaw gets Sheldon, maybe even better than his own parents. 4. The Unexpected Romance with Dale, Season 3 and beyond. Meemaw's relationship with Dale, Craig T. Nelson, is messy, mature, and oddly romantic. Watching her navigate love in her golden years, sometimes awkward, often hilarious, is refreshing. Whether they're fighting over a business decision or sharing a warm dance, the chemistry is undeniable. Why it ranks. It proves Meemaw's arc isn't just comic relief. She's living, loving, and learning, just like the rest of us. 3. Her Poker Night Crew, various episodes. Few scenes are as iconic as Meemaw around her kitchen table with her poker gang, chain smoking, drinking, and gossiping. It's like Golden Girls meets Goodfellas, and somehow, it works. Sheldon's attempts to join in only make the scenes better. Why it ranks. These are quintessential Meemaw moments, raw, funny, and full of grit. 2. The Big Blowout with Mary, Season 5, Episode 18, Babies, Lies and a Resplendent Cannoli. Meemaw and Mary often clash over values, but it all comes to a head when secrets come out and tempers flare. This emotional showdown reveals decades of tension and love between mother and daughter. Annie Potts delivers a powerhouse performance that's equally vulnerable and fiery. Why it ranks. It's more than a fight, it's a revelation. Potts shines, and we see just how complex Meemaw truly is. 1. Her unbreakable bond with Sheldon, every season, but especially Season 6 finale. At the core of young Sheldon is the bond between Sheldon and his Meemaw. She understands his eccentricities, defends him when others don't, and encourages him to be himself, without sugarcoating the realities of life. The Season 6 finale cements that when she comforts Sheldon after a personal failure and reminds him that being brilliant doesn't mean being invincible. Why it ranks number 1. This relationship is the soul of the show. Annie Potts brings warmth, wisdom, and sass to every Meemaw Sheldon scene, and we're better for it. Final thoughts. Meemaw is not your ordinary grandma, and that's the point. Through Annie Potts' performance, young Sheldon offers a rich, layered character who defies stereotypes. She's sharp-tongued but soft-hearted, fiercely independent yet deeply loyal. From her card games to her wisdom bombs, Meemaw reminds us that age doesn't mean boring, and grandmas don't always bake cookies. Sometimes they raise geniuses. And honestly, we wouldn't want her any other way. Would you like this formatted for a blog, or need image captions or social media snippets to go with it?